techniques and the take-up reel. Now we will show you the correct process for loading media. The first step in this process is to place the media lever in the release position. This will place the media rollers in the up position. Media will be loaded from the back of the GS6000. When you are behind the GS6000, you will see two media roll holders for each side of the media. The GS6000 has the capability of accommodating 2-inch and 3-inch core media. To accommodate 2-inch core media, simply remove the 3-inch core media adapter. To accommodate 3-inch core media, simply slide the 3-inch core adapter onto the media holder and snap into place. Both the left and right media holders can be unlocked and moved into place to accommodate different size media. Lock the media holder when it is in the correct position. There is a center position marker on the back of the GS6000 in which the media should be centered on. To load media, place the left hand of the media in the left hand holder. Unlock the right hand media holder lever. You can slide the media holder at this time. With the media holder unlocked, we can now slide it into the core and lock the lever down to secure it. If you need to increase the tension on the media holder itself, simply pull the lever, turn like a ratchet, and then place the lever back in. This will help us increase the media tension on the media holder. We can now feed the media into the GS6000. The GS6000 also has the capability of using smaller rolls. When using the smaller roll, simply slide the media holder closer to the center of the machine, bring the right side media holder closer, and lock into place. Now we can load in the smaller roll of media. Feed enough media until it comes out the front of the GS6000. At this time, pull down to the end of the afterheater and pull down straight from the center. At this point, we can return to the control panel. We'll have the option of increasing or decreasing our suction depending on the media that we are using. Then return to the rear of the GS6000 and roll back on the media to make sure that the media is straight. Rolling the media back is an important step. This will ensure that there are no buckles in the media, and when the pinch rollers are closed, it will not create any buckles when the GS6000 is actually printing. Move the media guides into place. Simply slide them over the top of the media on either side. The thickness of the media will dictate whether the side guide goes on top or on the side of the media. Once the media guides are in place, move the media lever into the closed position and close the cover. This closes the pinch rollers onto the media. At this point, we'll return to the media control panel, and when the lever is locked down, the printer will ask you to hit the pause button. Press the pause button, and now the head will come out. Check the left edge, the right edge, and the center origin of the media. After the GS6000 checks the media, it will now be in the ready position. At this point, we can move in and select our appropriate paper number or paper type that we are currently using. For this instance, we will use paper type number 1. Once this paper type is selected, it will show you in the LCD panel what paper selection is selected. Here it says paper number 1. Certain media types require more tension. If a media requires more tension, simply loosen up the screws, engage the cleat, and then tighten the screws back up. This will increase the tension amount that is on the media holders. To release the tension on the media holders, simply loosen the screws, pull back the cleat, and then tighten the screws back up. This will release all tension on the media holders. To change the platen gap or head height, there is a lever on the left side of the head. If you open the front cover, you can either put the head in the up position or the lower position. Again, platen gap high or platen gap low. Now we will discuss proper take-up reel loading procedures. Remember, at the rear of the take-up reel is the 110 outlet for the take-up reel, and right above that is the power switch. Place the take-up reel into position, making sure that the silver wheel is in touch with the gear side, and put it into the set position. Gently pull from the center down to the take-up reel. At this point, we'll want to tape from the center first and then do the outside. Gently take the lead edge of the media, place a piece of tape, slide your hand across the media, place a piece of tape on the right side, and then place a piece of tape on the left side. You can do the left or right side in any order, however the center needs to be done first. With the take-up reel turn bar set in the up position, this will cause the take-up reel to be in the stop position. Another way to stop or start the take-up reel is putting the switch that is located on the top of the take-up reel into the on or off position. You can also enter the printer setup menu and turn the take-up reel on or off. However, this does not control the take-up reel. Note, if you enter the front panel menu and you tell the take-up reel to be off, this will allow you to move the media up and down. If the take-up reel is on, this will prevent media from being pulled back into the GS6000. As the GS6000 prints, this will loosen the tension on the turn bar, dropping it forward, which will engage the take-up reel system. Once the media tension increases, the take-up reel turn bar will pull back, stopping the take-up reel from moving forward. This process will repeat as the GS6000 prints. On the side of the GS6000 take-up reel motor, there is an adjustment knob which controls the contact with the actual take-up reel itself. This controls the functionality of the machine, allowing you to raise or lower media. Also on the take-up reel motor is a set in the free position for the take-up reel. You will want to set this into the free position when actually removing the take-up reel. We will cover the paper setup menu, setting the current media type, and custom media settings. First, we are going to show you how to select the custom paper type. Simply by selecting menu, navigating down to paper setup, navigating to paper type, and selecting one of the paper numbers and hitting OK, this will select our media type. Once again, if we look at the LCD panel, this will actually indicate which paper choice we are actually using and which one we are going to actually set the GS6000 for. To set up the custom paper, simply navigate back to the paper setup menu, then select paper setup, then select the corresponding paper setup number. In this menu, we can set up our print mode, our paper feed adjust, our head alignment, our preheater, our platen heater, our after heater, our microwave adjust, paper suction, our drying time, and our carriage movement. The first step we'll show you in setting up a custom media is to go back in, using the menu button, into paper setup, and select the paper setup that we are using with the corresponding number. The first thing we'll show you is setting your heater temperatures. So we'll navigate down to our preheater, and we're able to increase or decrease the temperature depending on the needs of that specific media. Once you've selected the desired temperature, hit the OK button to get the asterisk. Next, move down to your platen heater. Again, we can increase or decrease the temperature on this heater, and then once we are finished, press the OK button. Then from there we can move to the after heater. Again, raise or lower the desired temperature for this media and hit the OK button to set that temperature. Our next step in setting up a custom paper for the GS6000 is to enter the paper feed adjustment menu, enter the line feed adjust, and this gives us three options of 100, 250, or a 500 millimeter test. We recommend running the 500 millimeter test. Once this is selected, hit the OK button to print. The GS6000 will print the pattern. We will now need to take an accurate ruler and measure the distance between these marks. The reason for this is we need to make sure that the GS6000 is feeding the media properly on both sides of the machine. We also recommend that you average the results on the left and right side of this test. It is important to take a very close look at these measurements. In this case, we are slightly over 500 millimeters. This is important because we need to set this value in the GS6000 control panel. At this point, we could enter in the exact value that we received off the 500 millimeter test chart that we just measured. Once we hit the OK button, this will bring us back to the line feed adjust menu. At this point, we can exit out of the line feed adjust menu and enter the print sample pattern menu. Once we enter this menu, we hit OK to print the sample pattern. The GS6000 will print out 5 charts with 5 different wave patterns. What we are looking for is the cleanest wave and the cleanest screening. Once we discover which one that is, and if our line feed adjustment is correct, it should be a 3. If not, we can do a minor adjustment. The line feed adjustment is the coarse feed, and the print sample pattern is the micro feed adjustment. Once the feed adjustments are done, the next step is to enter the head alignment and hit OK to print the head alignment pattern. After the bidirectional alignment pattern prints, place it on a table for evaluation. There is a left, center, and right test that we need to evaluate. There are also 3 tests that step down the sheet labeled 1, 2, and 3. Here is a closer look at the 3 tests that step down the sheet. There are a total of 7 values in this test, and we need to pick the best one out of each test 1, 2, and 3 that lines up with the most center line between the 2 crosshairs. We can average the tests that run from left to right on the sheet. Once you've collected these values from the test, simply return to the menu, enter in the values for each of the 3 tests. In between each one, hit OK to move to the next one. After all your head alignment values have been entered, we can at this point be sure that our media is selected on the current paper setup that we are using, and now we are actually ready to go and print on the media.